I've been in your waters. I came for sure. I've never been so close before. It's one way or the other.
Hey guys, and welcome back to our Cobus & Sons Fairmont GT, Falcon XY and XW restoration channel. So in between our maze car, we'll be doing some small snippets where we guys show you how to assemble your Fairmont GT or Falcon XY or W, and we'll be showing you how to restore the parts. So in today's episode, we'll be using our ermine white, the final top car as an example, and we'll be showing you how to assemble the front door. First things first, we make sure that our post is painted, and we make sure that our door on the inside is completely covered in black as well, neatly cut right behind the weather strip, goes all the way around the door, goes all the way around the back. Now from factory, these doors were mist painted at the bottom, mist painted at the top, but for aesthetic reasons we cover the complete door, as well as we paint the entire door on the inside with a rust preventer, just to help preserve the door itself. So there is a difference between the South African GT and the Australian GT. The Australian GT's door panels start here on this line and goes all the way around the top, the wood grain, where the South African door panel starts at this line and stops here, and then this piece is covered with vinyl as well. So from here on, I'll be showing you guys the difference, and then I'll be handing you over to Kun. Okay guys, so just to illustrate to you what I mentioned earlier, so you have this panel exposed on your standard South African car. This is the Tawny Fairmont GT, and then you have the loose material covering the upper part of your inner door, and then we have no wood grain on the dash. So this was the standard option for your South African Fairmont GT, and then I'll be showing you one of our 6-cylinder cars which uses the same interior as the Australian GT. Okay, so this is the standard South African 6-cylinder interior, which you'll recognize as the same as the XY Falcon interior, the wood grain interior. So in South Africa, we had the reverse side of the Australian cars. The Australian cars, the GT, had the wood grain, where here our 6-cylinders have the wood grain and our GTs has a flat panel, where in Australia the 6-cylinders had a flat panel. So just a bit of info around your door. You'll see this one has the panel that goes all the way around and then still stops short of the bottom. So it's still important to get that bottom piece really looking well. So from here on, I'll pass you guys on to Kun for the door assembly.
Hi guys, today I'll be showing you how to assemble your front door on a Fairmont GT XY or XW. So the basic tools you'll need to start with is your star screwdriver, half-inch spanner, your 7/16 spanner, your 3/8 spanner, your 532's Allen key, a 1/4-inch drive ratchet with a half-inch socket, and a sharp carpet knife blade or cutting tool which you are comfortable with. You also need a super glue specially designed for rubber, which we'll be using in this video. So I've got all the parts laid out for you. I'm going to show you in which order to assemble them first. First, we're going to be putting in our door mirror with a gasket. Secondly, we'll go in your door handle with its gaskets, then the lock and the retainer. Simple reason being that you still have enough space to tighten your bolts properly. And after that, we'll be moving to our door catch with its links. And when they are all in place, we'll move to your door channel and your window channel weather strip. When that is in, we will move to our glass, which will just fit in place. Then the vent window will go in afterwards. After that, we will be putting in our regulator. So our glass will slide up and down. And then our door latch will go in. And then finally our armrest clips. Okay, so now I'll be showing you how to assemble your door. Firstly, we'll be putting in our mirror. Remember, your gasket goes over the two studs. Make sure that it seats properly. Fits, straight fit, 2 holes. You got your 2 nuts go in from the bottom. And you'll be needing a 7/16 spanner. And that is step 1. And next we shall be installing our door handles. Remember your small gasket for the front and your gasket for the rear. Also basically straight fit. Slides in over there, 2 holes. You got your 2 nuts that you're going to put in from the inside. Now your nut has star washers that helps to prevent it from moving around and locks it properly in place. And you'll need your 7/16 spanner to tighten your nuts. Now we'll be installing our door lock. So let me just show you. You got your 2 slides here on the side where your retainer will seat when it's in place. Make sure that the silver part where your springs and balls are in goes on top. Always your latch facing forward to the front of the car. And let me show you on the inside how it So your door is designed that you cannot fit your lock in incorrectly. It's got a small slot at the top and a bigger slot at the bottom. And as you can see here on your lock, it's got a little slot here at the top and the bigger slot at the bottom. So it's basically just squeeze that in there. Right. Our lock is in place now, so now we'll be fitting our retainer. Like I said before, it's got the 1 slot there at the bottom and another slot on the top where this just slides in. Give it a good press. And that is how you install your door lock. So now we'll be assembling our door catch. So parts you'll need firstly is your catch mechanism. You got the 3 screws for that one. You got your knob rod. your latch rod, your lock mechanism rod, and your door handle rod, which is adjustable. So firstly we will connect our locking mechanism rod on this side. It's got a clip that you swing over and it just clips, that is in place. Then you got your adjustable rod for your door handle, which goes just on top of that, also same clip, swing over. Your pull knob rod goes on the other side, which works along with your locking mechanism. Just swing that back, there we go. So push that down, that one goes up and down, so those work together in sync. Then you got your latch rod going in there, bring that over, clip that on, and then you got your door latch, which we will be assembling later, just to show you that it is spring loaded. So just hook that in there. When it's all in place, flip it over and the spring will do the rest. So we got our countersink bolts with star washers just to prevent it from coming undone. Now we'll move to the assembly. You'll need your catch and your star screwdriver with your 3 bolts. Slide this in there. Now the important part before we start, make sure that your knob rod goes in first. Squeeze that through there. Take your 3 nuts. Star screwdriver. Make sure it's nice and tight. And then on the inside, move this side, we will be connecting our rods. So firstly, our rod for the door handle, which adjusts, should be behind your door lock, the latch there. If you can see the latch moving up and down, your rod should go behind that, and then you just adjust it according to your door handle. Should slide in there, clip that in. Then your door lock rod, slide that in there, flip it over, clip that on. And for now, that is all the links we will be putting in place, and we'll move to the next step. So now I'll be installing our window channel weather stripping. You'll be needing your super glue specifically for rubber and a carpet knife. So first we'll be putting super glue through the channel over here, nice zigzag so it sticks properly, and then we'll move to a time lapse till I get here so I can show you how to properly cut your corners. So firstly, as you can see, you have to install your rubber from all the way at the bottom of your window channel, which we previously installed, to the top of the corner of your door. Now what we did is we put super glue in your window frame all the way down the side, but since here we're going to be moving upside down, you'll be putting your super glue on the rubber itself. Now when you install your rubber, you basically just squeeze it a little bit so it makes a U shape, and you just press it in. Now I'll be showing you the corner here. As you can see, is not really properly seated, so what you want to do there, as it is, you just make a little cut that side, and a little cut that side with your carpet knife into the corner. Then you pull it out a bit, and you basically just cut a little triangle like that. So we got our nice triangles for our corner, and we just stick it in back in there. So now you got a nice 90-degree corner for your rubber. So you basically want to do the same little zigzags. And then we'll be stopping a little bit short for our vent window first. Get down. And we'll stop right about there so we can fit our vent window and our glass. And then we'll do the final installation of the rubber into our vent window. And I'll be getting our vent window, just show you a couple of things on that. So you have your vent window, you got your adjustable bolt with a nut. Now future reference, you got a shorter and a longer adjustable bolts. So for the front we'll be using our longer ones, and then let me show you on the side. You're going to tilt it just a little bit so it can slide in there. And then make sure, if you can see on this side, you got this little bolt sticking at the bottom. It's got a channel here that it must just slide over. Like that. Push it down there. And that will put your vent window in place. Okay, with your vent window now in place, you want to just push it back a little bit so you can get your adjustable bolt in. You don't have to turn it in all the way, just a couple of good turns. Don't worry about seating it now because we'll be moving it around later to fit our glass. Now that our weather stripping is in place, we'll just slide our door glass in loosely. Make sure the channel where your mechanism is running always faces towards the inside of your door. Just slide that through there. Make sure you catch it at the bottom as not to drop it. And that can just lay there inside the door for a couple of minutes while we install our vent window. Now with our vent window in place, you just want to push it back a little bit so you can remove your masking tape. on both sides. With our masking tape removed, we want to just slide your vent window back into place. Make sure that all your holes are properly lined. Then we'll be continuing to install our weather stripping all the way down your vent window. Now with our weather stripping done, I'll be showing you how to install your glass. So we did insert our glass loosely earlier in the video. We'll be just pulling back slightly on your vent window so that on the inside it kicks open a bit. You're gonna place your glass in the rail on this side and then just squeeze back on this side and slot it into your vent window. Then you want to just try and lift it squeeze this a little bit back and lift your glass a little bit more, and you push your vent window back into that spot. Lift your glass. So now you just want to push your glass up a little bit, and then you just press your vent window back into place. Squeeze this up, and then basically your vent window will fall until the adjustments are finalized. Will lock your glass in place. So now we'll be putting in our screws just to lock it in place. So what you want to do now is you want to take your glass, you want to push it all the way down so you have enough space to install your belt strip. Belt strip, it's got a little gap here on this one side which goes here next to your vent window. So you just push that back a little bit. Get my hand in here. Slide that. That clip goes in there. Make sure all your clips line up and you just press them in. Now with our belt strip installed, you want to take your glass, push it up as far as you can. Then you want to get your regulator with the 4 bolts, star washers, just so it doesn't come loose easily. So you're just going to slide your mechanism through here. So as you can see, we haven't put the nut on our vent window. Just going to push that back a little bit so your mechanism can slide past, and squeeze that back in there. Mechanism in place over there. We will need our window crank handle just to turn our mechanism so we can see it through the gap over here. Now what you want to do is you're going to hold this part and just slightly slide your window down a bit so you can see your channel over there. You're going to lift it, make sure that your wheels and channels are properly greased. You slide that in there, push that up a bit so at least one bolt lines up. So you put your one bolt in, and now you can just pull or push your window up and down until your three other bolts line up accordingly. Take your half-inch socket, just tighten that. Now that that's all done, you want to take your window crank handle, just check that your window goes up and down smoothly. You're going to push it all the way to the top, and you're going to take your adjustable nut. For now you're just going to squeeze it on there, don't have to tighten it yet. Now that we've got our vent window and our glass fully in place, I'm going to show you how to adjust your vent window so that you can adjust the gap properly between your glass and your belt. So if you have a look on this side, mine is already adjusted, got a nice thin line there, properly pressed against the glass. And so all I will need is my half-inch spanner and a 532 Allen key. So you want to hold the Allen key, put your spanner over, hold your Allen key over there, and I'm just gonna tighten it. So if you do need any adjustments before you tighten it, just turn your Allen key left or right, either in or out. Just check that your glass is pressed firmly against your belt strip, and then you just tighten your nut by holding your Allen key in place. With all our glass and mechanisms now in place, we'll be installing our door latch. So we've got one bolt that holds this in place. Now remember, this is spring loaded. So we basically got this one link left on our door. It just clips in over there. Now important, on your left and right, you will notice that the holes on your doors are different. On your left hand, the hole will be on this side. Just want to slide it down, two holes on your door over there where those studs line up. I'm just going to put your bolt in there. Just take your star screwdriver, and you just want to tighten that bolt over there. Now we'll be assembling our armrest clips. You've got three slots, one over there, and one there on the side. So you can see your armrest clip is sort of like a triangle. Make sure that the longer part is always at the top. Just put that there, just press it so it clips in properly to number 3 over there. Finally, we'll be installing our striker plate. It's got a special grip washer that acts as a shim as well with your 2 bolts. So we're just going to take those. So you see you've got a big slot on this side, you've got a little round knob on that side. And make sure that that sticks in there, and then just put your bolts in. Tighten the bottom one a little bit.
Okay guys, so now that we have our striker in place, we've got our door assembled, all your glass and mechanisms in place. We'll do a follow-up video of this once we have all the other doors assembled, of how to do your alignment on the strikers, and then we hope to see you in the next video. Thanks again.